I feel like the PlayStation needs a big shot in the arm because they're years away from a big title coming out, and they don't really have a big multiplayer friends gathering community type game. They have single player games and they're awesome, which is probably why I've stayed away from the PlayStation brand over the last couple of generations, because I like to play with my friends. I fucking work all week. I come home, I'm exhausted. I want to fuck around on Xbox Live, and even if I don't play a game, I just want to bullshit. You know, I just want to talk. I want to fuck around. PlayStation doesn't really have that experience. They have really quality single player games. You know, looking forward to God of War, Wolverine, Spider-Man. Again, can't play with your friends. So what are they going to do to kind of bridge that gap? There's a lot in the catalogs of PlayStation 1, 2, and 3 that they can pull from to kind of get that going.
Yeah, agreed. Sweet. What would be your preferred? What would you play if you had access to PS1, PS2, PS3?
Dukes of Hazzard.
Dookie's a hazard.
No,
wipe his ass with the PlayStation 5 then.
One thing I didn't think about was SOCOM, and Joe said.
Oh, bastard! You stole mine.
Well, Joe said it first.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he said SOCOM.
I blacked out.
I'll just go fuck myself.
SOCOM is definitely, you know, SOCOM's a big one. Metal Gear, of course, too. Joe said it. I'm gonna come up with one out of left field here. Road Rash.
Oh, that was great. Those are awesome.
Road Rash was fucking sick. You're on a motorcycle. You could fucking
whipping everyone with the
smack people off. Yeah, whipping them with the chains and shit. It was a great racing game. And now there is a game called Road Redemption, which if you've ever played Road Rash is a very good. Like they tried to pretty much remake Road Rash.
Okay.
But you know, if they could bring back Road Rash, that'd be pretty cool. Along with
I got another one real quick for you guys. Maybe you've played it. It's on PlayStation 1. Tenshu Stealth Assassins.
Fucking great, man. That's an awesome one. That's all I could think of when I was playing Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, Tenshu, right?
Bring back Tenshu.
Yeah, bring back Tenshu.
I love that shit. That was a great one.
It's a stealth game. You're a ninja, and it just had some of the best assassinations. It was way ahead of its time.
It's up my alley then.
Yeah.
Definitely. Oh man, it was really good stealth game. Before the era of, let's say, Splinter Cell. I think Splinter Cell is probably one of the top stealth games.
Tenshu was before that.
Yep.
What about you, Zach? You like from that catalog?
You know, I would probably want to replay Drive. The Drive series is probably one of
Wait, Driver or Drive?
I think it's Drive.
Driver was
Driver's where you can get out of the car and you have your own.
You couldn't get out of the car and drive.
No, I think Drive is one where you can get out. You can have your own downtown penthouse. You get out of the car and it's very immersive in the driving experience. I forgot. I'm gonna find the exact name and you're gonna see a picture of it right here. I think it's the second one is the best. That would be up there. Final Fantasy VI I would like to replay. I know I can play it on PC, but I don't know. I'd rather play the actual game than the port. That's just me though. That's also a game I would like to see remade at some point, like Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Oh, remakes.
Well, Final Fantasy has had a very good history with remakes.
Love it. Can't wait for the next part.
They've had a very awesome jump out of the gate, and the modern adaptations of Final Fantasy have been very good.
Yeah, the new 7 remakes impressive. I didn't like the original Final Fantasy 7.
There's a lot of reading.
It's a lot of reading. It's RPG. It's easy to get lost. When I see games like that,
you don't know where to go.
Tough. See, that's why if Pokemon work for me, because you follow the route and it takes you around the map. You really almost can't fuck up.
See, I enjoy open world RPGs though, like JRPGs, so I don't mind it. I'm playing actually Octopath Traveler right now, which is in a way a reimagining of the traditional JRPG, the 16-bit JRPG like you think of with Final Fantasy, except it's
Chrono Trigger or something.
Kind of like Chrono Trigger, except it's HD graphics. Where imagine Minecraft, but with just pimped out texture packs, nice. 4K texture packs. And it's a very interesting remake and remaster of a JRPG. So Final Fantasy VI, Drive 2, and then I think that's maybe just for fun. I used to play a lot of NASCAR games when I was younger.
Oh yeah.
Because when I
shake and bake,
Ricky Bobby, shake and bake, the Magic Man.
Ain't no more shake and bake now, the Magic Man El Diablo. Come on,
shake and bake.
When I lived upstate, my family used to be big into NASCAR because that's
what they do up there.
Yeah, that's what they do up there.
Humble fuck.
Basically all they got.
Yeah, and
they had the Buffalo Bills, dude.
My dad used to be a big fan of
fucking New York football team right there.
It's like the only New York football team because they all play in jerseys.
Number 28, Ricky Rudd. He was the person we watched. No family,
Rick
you
and
know,
Bob, baby.
no correlation to me at all. But,
Very
you know.
first or last.
So we watch him, and then my dad used to have a lot of NASCAR games, and the original ones were cool because you like start up. I think this was the beginning of like you start in like the minors and work up to the majors, kind of like how a lot of the MLB does it, and NFL now does a half-assed attempt at it.
I'd rather watch paint dry than watch NASCAR.
He drove in a circle faster than everyone else.
I hate.
That shit's got to be exciting to go to, though. Cars are doing 220. That shit's got to be crazy.
I hate.
To watch.
I don't like watching it, but
maybe in person. But
that's what I mean.
Going
to it.
Playing it's fun because you can play the abbreviated version. So if you do 15 laps, it's not that bad, and it's
I play a shitload of Gran Turismo, so I know all about that circuit racing.
Laps.
Yeah,
Shit.
I enjoy racing games. I'd like
Me
to
too.
get a nice steering wheel one day to like full because I have a VR headset too. So like Assetto Corsa, I think is the name of the game.
Careful. I tried Rob's VR headset on one of the racing games,
Yeah.
and that's the only time I got like disoriented because when you're traveling forward and you turn your head, when you're doing that like in reality, the momentum and the physics of your brain tell you, oh, I'm still going this way when I'm looking this way.
Yeah.
When you do that in VR, it fucks up your whole inner ear.
Yeah.
Because you feel like you're supposed to be be that.
Yeah.
So high quality VR, they'll actually have you dipped in a chair backwards, so it gives that sensation of acceleration and momentum.
Have you ever tried like a roller coaster in VR?
No, I haven't.
Well, Disney and
see
like
that shitty thing at the
Disney
mall.
Universal.
I did something similar to that. There's a game called Harmonix Music that came out for the PlayStation 4, and it essentially you can put your own music on like a thumb drive and put it on the PlayStation.
That's right.
And it will create like a kaleidoscope roller coaster that reacts to your music. And you look
that's
around
cool.
and all the shit's like dancing to your music. And
This is where I feel old because I'm
probably my favorite thing that came out for the VR of anything. Like that's why I can't get rid of my PlayStation VR. Like the Valve Index, I played it a little bit. I played like the Creed boxing game a little bit. They had some shooting stuff that's cool. But I gotta say the lack of that harmonics thing like diminishes some of the enjoyment, even though it's a higher quality.
Check
VR
Facebook Marketplace for the Valve Index that Rob is about to sell.
I have the HTC Vive, so I got it for like $300. So it's like I have to like try it, for that low of a price when it was like still relatively new.
We're definitely in the trial phase of VR still. It's in its infancy, but
It's either I don't know if I'd say it's in its infancy. I would say it's at a make or break point, but that's a topic for another day. What's your favorite game that you want to see, Vin?
you guys said good ones. Tenchu, SOCOM. It's funny because you guys brought up SOCOM in the previous episode, and I never played SOCOM. It was at the moment when I got rid of my PlayStation 2 to get Xbox, because SOCOM was still rumored to come out with the network adapter for PlayStation 2 you'd have to buy, and I was so interested because it did have the voice commands with the headset, and I was like, oh, that's going to be sick, like a tactical shooter.
AOL DSL. You've got mail.
But other titles that I feel like I can't play, Max Payne.
That's backwards compatible on Xbox now.
Oh, it is on the library? Yeah. Okay, so that would definitely be one because I love Max Payne 3 for PS4. So there's a good example, too, of where Game Pass, it's got that edge. You
You
can
guys
access
remember
that library.
Gex?
Gex the lizard.
Yeah.
That was like a Ratchet and Clank. Was that by
So,
Insomniac?
That was a good humor.
It might have
on
been, but I remember Gex Enter the Gecko.
Yes, I had that on
Enter
PC.
The sequel,
Had that on
and
PC.
that was a hell of a lot of fun. Had a lot of like cultural references and
Yes,
stuff.
it did.
Sick.
They had like a James Bond motif. They were playing that music and stuff.
Yeah.
But I definitely enjoyed that series. The original Medal of Honor. That was a really
That
good
was
game.
great.
I remember
the
seeing
beach
the
landing?
commercials on TV.
I don't know if
That
those
was
are going to
Rising
hold
Sun.
up, though.
It was the first game where you could
No,
like
the
pick
original,
up an enemy grenade
the
and throw it
original
back.
Medal of Honor was the Normandy beach landing. It was the opening scene. I know they redid it
so
later
good.
for either
Rising
PS2.
Sun was
Rising Sun.
That was the
Rising Sun was
Pacific.
Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
That was all the
I
Pacific.
played that. That game was fucking
That
phenomenal.
was the first online game I
Phenomenal.
ever played on PlayStation 2.
Those were good, man. They
Medal
had
of
an
Honor,
edge.
That was like one of the only few games, and then SOCOM was just so much better.
I remember when Medal of Honor was first, and then Call of Duty started coming out, and I was like, Call of Duty is such a ripoff of Medal of Honor.
Right.
But they got that edge. They whatever.
R.I.P. Medal of Honor.
Yeah, that's dead. That's dead. So PS1 is now 27 years old. We just read that before we got on here.
Jesus.
That makes me feel awful. So, but 27 years of PlayStation. I mean, that's it's got a good history.
Hold
That
on a second.
I mean,
27?
PS1?
I'm 30. It didn't come out when I was 3.
Yeah, it did. 1995.
It's old, dude. I was a
PlayStation
kid.
1?
I remember I was in elementary school.
Yeah.
I was going to my friend's house whose older brother was playing Resident Evil 2. That's when I first saw.
And in
PlayStation
27 years,
1.
they still have
And I think
fucking
he had
same
it
goddamn
before
thumbsticks.
America had it.
Well, to be
I
fair,
guess
when the original PlayStation came out,
I
it
didn't
did
have
not
thumbsticks.
have
I
them.
know
It had no
didn't have
thumbsticks.
Ape Escape was the first game that required you to have them.
Still,
in the game.
like,
Oh
make
my
fucking
God.
offset thumbsticks, Sony, please.
Yeah, they can never. I know.
Just
that's,
fucking-
That's,
I don't
that's
wanna hear
iconic.
I give you.
You could get the Scuff Gaming ones.
Oh, God, that's
I would never buy
that's a
third-party
waste of
anything
money.
ever.
Tech
Yeah,
That's a
never.
waste of money.
No, I got the Astro
like-
C40, and it's
you
a
have the
great
Astro.
controller, and you could actually take out the modules and move them around. So I have them Xbox style.
The cost of
And not only did that work on my PlayStation, but I use that now on PC to play Halo.
like a scuff controller though is ridiculous. It's like
It was like a $300
they want
controller.
fucking-
it's fucking
Yeah, I'm not paying
It's a
ridiculous.
$300
Oh, another
ridiculous.
console for my
That's what the
console.
Xbox
I
Elite
already
2
put
is
a
$200.
$400
That's
memory card into the
ridiculous
fucking
to me.
thing.
I used to work at Microsoft, and literally we never sold any of those. Like I could no one came in asking for the Elite controller. Usually they would buy the Razer controller because that was the Razer. It's a wired controller. They had a wireless variant, I think. It had RGB, it had the extra bumpers, and it had mechanical buttons and all that shit. And it was like 150, so a little less, but I don't know. Although I'm not much of a console player, so I can't speak up to that very much.